welcome to my kitchen. Live in an apartment, so it's a little tiny, but we'll be making lots of good food in here. So today we're starting with Afghanistan, the very first country on our list. I will be making Bolani and Lubia Chalow. Bolani is like a kind of like a breaded thing filled with potatoes and herbs, and Lubia Chalow is like a white rice dish with some beans, rice and beans, all over the world. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna move you over here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Full disclaimer, I am not a professional chef at all. Everything I know how to cook, I have been self-taught. I really got into cooking probably in between my junior and senior year of college. I lived with one of my friends and we decided that we were going to be super fancy and throw dinner parties. And that was really my first experience with cooking. I basically get all of my recipes off of this website called Budget Bites. Shout out, go check it out. It's amazing. But that's how I learned to cook, is following a recipe. So that's what I'm going to keep doing, is just follow a recipe. These are not my recipes. These are just things that I found on the internet. So we're gonna go ahead and get started making the dough. I have mise en place here, aka set everything out. Fancy word that I learned from my sister who took some culinary classes. So we're gonna get started making the dough. We're gonna mix 3.5 cups of flour with a teaspoon of salt. Mix it all up. Okay. Then I'm going to add a teaspoon of olive oil and water until it forms a ball. And that's going to be our dough for our Bolani. Now this will have to sit for a while. That's why I'm starting with this. So I'm embarrassed to say it, but I actually didn't know hardly anything about Afghanistan before starting this week. I knew it was in the Middle East, and I've heard the name over and over again. Fun fact, Afghanistan has been the country name most in the news in the last decade. But don't really know much about it, so I looked some stuff up. It is a very diverse country. There are 14 major ethnic groups there, so there's a lot of influences in their culture and their food from all over the place. It was along the Silk Road, so they got a lot of people from everywhere just coming. All right, I've got a dough ball, so I'm gonna start. It said to knead it for 10 minutes, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, so fun facts about Afghanistan. There are more archaeological sites in Afghanistan than there are in Egypt. So that's pretty interesting because Egypt is like the epitome of, artifacts. So that's pretty cool. Also, the first oil paintings were found in caves in Afghanistan. So that's awesome too. All right, I'm gonna knead the crap out of this. I'll be back in a minute. All right, so the dough has been kneaded and it says to stick it in an oiled bowl and put a cloth on top of it. I'm gonna go set this over on my table and hope my dog doesn't eat it and let it sit while I prepare the dipping sauce for the bolani. Alright, so I've got a cup of Greek yogurt here. Let's try to save this because I need to use it later. Alright, so my cup of Greek yogurt, and then I need to add 2 tablespoons of water. And a garlic clove. I always buy these because who has time to mince their own garlic? So I'm going to put half a teaspoon equals a clove. I'm going to stick that in. Then I need a teaspoon of dried dill. Oh, this is new. I gotta open this. Excuse me. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, now that that is open, I will get my 1 teaspoon of dill in here. And half a teaspoon of salt. And 1/4 teaspoon of coriander. And then I'm just going to mix it all up. And we've got some dipping sauce. Bolani. Okay, so I've been working on the filling for the bolani, and I have been starting my chalow and my Lubia chalow. So I've got rice nice and cooked ready for me when I get there, and I am going to be adding, go to look at my recipe, my kidney beans to this pot over here with some oil, coriander, turmeric, garlic, cumin, all my favorite spices, tomato sauce, water, ground red chili peppers, salt. So I am going to do that real fast while I wait for my potatoes to cool down so I can keep working on my filling. So here we go. So usually when I cook, I do about 1 dish and just make sure it has everything in it. You know, your starch, your vegetables, your meat, put it all in 1 dish. So this is kind of a lot for me to be doing all at once, but I think we're hanging in there. Alright, so I've got the potatoes here. I'm gonna peel them. I used to work at a fast food restaurant called Mr. Burger. I had to peel potatoes, like a million of them, every night. This is bringing me back. I peel these. All right, to assemble the bolani, you just take a little chunk. Is that about the size of a small apple? But like, what does that mean, really? I'm gonna say, looks like a small-ish apple. You have a floured surface, and you're going to roll it out like a tortilla. So, roll it out real thin. My baking pin, rolling pin, it's a baking pin. My rolling pin technique is not that great, but, you know, we're learning. About 10 inches, maybe a little thicker than a tortilla, but you know, doing the best I can here. So once you have it rolled out to the desired thickness, you take the filling, a little over 1/4 of a cup of it, you just plop it on your dough, fold it in half, kind of flatten it, Just set my smoke alarm off cooking these bad boys. Frying's not my strong suit. One side, not bad. This is what they all look like on the other side. Just one big old burnt spot in the middle. Oops. Check out my rice. Maybe didn't make it in the most traditional way. The recipe called for not using a rice cooker, and I just am obsessed with mine, so I couldn't not do it. But it's just some basmati rice that I cooked in the rice cooker. Added some cumin seeds, cardamom, and salt. I'm just kind of cooking it up, steaming it a bit so that it is ready to go. Check out the kidney beans. They look good. And the bolani. Can't wait to eat. Our dinner guest tonight is my dinner guest every night, my husband Zach, and he's about to try the food from Afghanistan.
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
You got some...
I think these are beans.
Yes.
This looks like
Red
rice.
beans and rice.
It's kind of weird rice, though.
Lubia Chalow.
These are tight.
And you got a Bolani. All right, dig in.
What's in here?
How'd you open it?
Am I not supposed to open it?
You're supposed to eat it.
Do I dip it?
Oh, I forgot the dipping sauce.
Oh.
It's in the fridge. Hold on. Ooh. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Got the
This is
sauce.
quite the meal. Oh no! Throwing rice all over. Here you go.
What's the verdict?
I really like it. A lot.
Oh. It's probably just the rice. The other part's not that hot. What you think?
Big fan.
So the verdict, the food from Afghanistan was great. It was very tasty. Other verdict, recording yourself while cooking is super awkward. If you'd like to follow my culinary journey around the world, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss a thing.